I just had a wonderful hangout with a friend of mine that is going to be my new roommate, which is pretty sweet. And we had a super cool time hanging out, talking about all sorts of esoteric, spiritual shit, which was cool. But I just had this thought about how the more I realize that we don't know nearly as much as we think we know about the universe and what is actually going on, how does this actually even exist, the more I open myself up to this part of me that is deeper than that, right? Like, we only developed language in the last 100,000 years or so, but human and humanoid species have been around for hundreds of thousands or millions of years in our evolution. So there's a language and an understanding that we have within ourselves that predates the evolution of language by hundreds of thousands or millions of years. That's a much deeper part of who we are and what we are. But because we have language now, it's this part of our brain that's been built on top of that, all that other knowing and being. And we filter all of our thoughts and our knowledge through the linguistic mind now. But what spiritual teachers talk a lot about is how there's a part of you that's a more true part of yourself that is so much deeper. It's so much more tapped into the core of who you are, and that part of you is more connected to reality or the universe in some way, if you can figure out how to transcend or go beyond the linguistic mind and the linear, rational, left brain scientific way of trying to understand things. And it's the more I realize that way of trying to understand things is insufficient compared to what we can tap into and what we can learn and connect with a deep sense of knowing, if we realize that isn't all there is. So, who knows? You feel something inside you that you can't you can't explain and you can't understand with your rational thinking mind. It doesn't mean that it's not there. It doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means that you need to go exploring maybe a little bit. And you know what helps with that? Psychedelics can. But that's for another time. Okay, bye.